So one example or one strategy for using YouTube is for explanation and demonstration. Teachers can use YouTube videos as a supplemental tool to enhance the content that they are teaching or broaden the knowledge of a concept for the students. For example, you could use a video such as this, the digestive system. This is a crash course video that demonstrates or goes further into some ideas that a teacher may have been teaching about the digestive system. This could add an alternate explanation or continue on in knowledge that the students have already learned.
The digestive system is so fundamental that it's basically step number one in the guide to how to make an animal. You probably remember that during the embryonic development of most animals, the digestive tract is the very first thing that forms. When the blastula, that little wad of cells that we all used to be, turns into a little wad of cells with a tube running through,
etc. Teachers and students alike could also use YouTube videos to show a different method or explanation of a concept. Students may need an alternate explanation of a concept, whether they're in class or out of class, in order to make sure that they understand an idea. For example, a student could use something like this.
So this means that a chemical equation must have an equal number of each type of atom on both sides of the reaction arrow. We'll start out balancing chemical equations by balancing the elements that occur in only one compound on each,
etc. Students can also use YouTube videos to explain or demonstrate their own ideas of a concept as well. We'll show ideas of that later on using YouTube as a communication tool. The second strategy is using YouTube as a communication tool. Students using YouTube videos or podcasts for communication can use these as communication of ideas with their students. They can also use YouTube videos for a flipped classroom type purpose. Teachers may teach the main ideas of the concept through video that the students will watch on their own time, and in class, then they do the actual work with the teacher in the room. An example of this could be something like this video.
The definition I'd like you to remember is differential reproductive success. In other words, organisms are going to live or die, and based on those that are able to live and pass their genes on, then we form a new population. And so a term that I just threw around is something called fitness. If you're able to survive and pass on offspring, then you're fit, at least in the biological perspective. And so let me change colors here for just a second. Okay.
Etc. Students may also use video to communicate and demonstrate concepts learned to the teacher as well. An example of this is getting students to make a rap or a song or a video demonstrating their knowledge. This could be done for any subject area, and students generally enjoy doing it. For example, this is a photosynthesis rap made by 2 students.
on the thylakoid stacks on a membrane. The light don't stay, it moves away from chlorophyll B to chlorophyll A. Photosystem check, what to, light goes in and yo, that's their cue. Water.
Students could also use video to communicate their ideas that they learn to a wider peer audience as well, and possibly the world, depending upon who they want to share it with. The third strategy is using YouTube for engagement. Many interesting things are placed on YouTube. You could pretty much find anything on any subject. Teachers and students alike can use YouTube videos for capturing an audience regarding a concept or idea. This is an example of what you could use in your classroom. Maybe you don't have the prerequisite materials or things to carry it out in your own classroom, so maybe you could show it to your kids to capture their attention about a chemical reaction that you were using.
Just go ahead and grab your gummy bear, drop it in.
Many people also enjoy making videos and watching videos, and this can be used to engage students in what they are learning by asking them to creatively capture their learning through making a video. For example, you could have students do a public service announcement or something like that to demonstrate what they've learned about a specific disorder or disease if they're in a biology class. Another way that YouTube can be used for engagement is to help engage some students who may prefer to learn by visual or audio means. That could simply be playing any video, again, to enhance or broaden your concept knowledge, but it could also be something that they very easily relate to. For instance, in my own science classroom, I use Mythbusters occasionally to get students interested in a particular concept. For instance, walking on water or talking about density, etc.
Having totally failed to skip across a lake like a well-pitched stone, Adam and Jamie have reverted to Plan B.
On your marks.
Get set. And Plan B is a
etc. Students can use YouTube for many different purposes. These are just three strategies that YouTube could be used for and that are frequently developed within a classroom. Again, the three strategies are using YouTube for explanation and demonstration, using YouTube as a communication tool, and using YouTube for engagement purposes.